when you look at, neuroscience, there's an understanding of if you show up and do the actions of the person that you want to be, that like they would have to do. But too many, like we've contorted that for social media, because the unsexy things that actually make that person who they are, the discipline of action every day to show up and play the game, to get the Lambo, to get all the nice stuff, to do all those things. There was years of dedication showing up and playing the game. And social media, like that doesn't sell. Those disciplinary things that every day have, it's not sexy. It doesn't get a million likes on Instagram. You know what it does? The player looking at his Rolex next to his Lambo. And so now these, 18 to 25-year-old kids, and some, even 40-year-old kids are thinking that they can bypass the game, like showing up and actually playing just to be the player. And I do contribute a lot of that to social media. Granted, we've always had people like that, but it's made it so much more accessible to just fake it and never make it. You just fake it the whole time. Because now, instead of maybe monetary gain or individual pride in the outcome, we get external validation for this proposed image of ourselves. And it might be empty. It might not be real. It might be a facade. It might be, the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain is really just a scared, sad old man. But when everyone feared him, everyone, thought he was the grand wizard, he was on top of the world. And now we have a bunch of these kids who realize and can feel and be validated as being on top of their own world without actually ever doing any of the work. And so that's something where if you're younger and listening to this, understand that if you can show up and actually play the game, even though you might not look as cool as the other people, if you can actually be the player and not just be a player, you're actually going to win the game. They're not going to win the game. You might look at them on social media and think they're winning, but they're just a scared, sad old dude behind a screen. You can actually win the game. And now's the time where it's so much easier to win the game, because sadly, a mass majority, they're just being players. They're not actually playing. And so if you can actually show up and be disciplined and play the game and turn on that switch, oh man, now's the time. Now's the time you can win any game you put your mind to, if you just show up and be disciplined.